Many in the F1 paddock feel that it is unfair for Racing Point to let Sergio Perez go despite him being instrumental in saving the team from bankruptcy in 2018. One of those people is current McLaren driver Carlos Sainz, and he has now expressed his thoughts regarding this to Mundo Deportivo. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, Sainz feels there is no reason why Checo has to leave Racing Point. Sainz began by explaining why Perez wouldn't have been dropped by Racing Point had the decision been made on the basis of his performance. The incident surrounding Checo shows a little bit that in F1 not everything depends on your performance. I think if you were judged on performance alone, there is no reason why Checo has to leave Racing Point or Racing Point does not want Checo. Because in F1, in addition to your performance, there are other interests. There are things that come with performance that are very important, but sometimes these interests take precedence. He then pointed out the long association Perez has had with the team. This is the team that he has trusted for so many years, the team he has practically saved from bankruptcy, and now that the team has produced a good car, it does not want to continue with him. He then elaborated on why this makes him angry. It makes me a little angry because you already know that I have a good relationship with him and respect him a lot as a driver. This reminds you that this sport is like that sometimes it gives you very little in return, but that is the sport in which we have chosen to compete and be professionals. We have to accept it. It is a job, and I hope that Checo will soon find a seat that motivates him. He concluded his words by reflecting on a similar time in his career when he was dropped by Renault in favour of Daniel Ricciardo at the end of 2018. I have also had moments of uncertainty, very political moments that had nothing to do with the performance on track. Everything becomes political, and things happen that are beyond the control of the drivers. So yeah, I've been in that situation and nobody likes it. Fast feed! Sergio Perez knows that he is leaving a great car that is looking great for next year, and he also feels that definitely the team will be stronger next year than this year. In that regard, it hurts a bit more that you know you're leaving a good car, but you never know in the future. Things in F1 change so quickly, added Perez. Renault's Esteban Ocon has suggested that he and teammate Daniel Ricciardo were at the same level the whole qualifying session at Mugello. He also wants it to be like this every weekend in the future, as he felt very confident behind the wheel. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner feels that Mercedes weren't stretched last weekend, but you could hear how nervous they were, instructing their drivers to stay off the curbs. So it would be great if Red Bull can be competitive in Sochi and put Mercedes under a little bit of pressure, because that is when things can happen, according to Horner. He also added that championship-wise, they are very much outsiders now, and every race is a cup final for them, and that they are just going to go for it as they have nothing to lose. Former F1 driver Jean Alesi feels that Ferrari invested in Charles Leclerc, and now it is up to him to respond to that confidence by contributing to the rebirth of the team. Alesi further pointed out that he himself did not win the World Championship with Ferrari, but he does not regret it. It was an honour to be part of the team. Luca Di Maio, the new CEO of the Renault Group, has asked Cyril to be the architect of this new movement, which will see the Renault F1 team being rebranded as Alpine F1 next year. He further elaborated that Abitbull is a very important part of Renault's history. Now is the time to reposition the sports car division, and for the time being there will be no change at the top of the Formula One team. AlphaTauri's Pierre Gasly has explained how he concentrated on making the best of it with the team, and race by race they got better and better. Williams acting team principal Simon Roberts feels that they as a team can benefit from Dorilton's competitive mentality. He further added their way of thinking and knowledge of strategy and risk-taking in the financial market can also be applied to Williams to improve competitiveness. McLaren CEO Zak Brown thinks that they have two drivers who are doing well where other teams are struggling with a destabilised garage. He also finds it encouraging they can now race against Ferrari because that was not possible last year and before. And even more interesting is that they are closing the gap, and Brown thinks that 2022, when the reset is for everyone, will be a great opportunity for them. Is Abitbull the right man to lead Renault, Alpine, forward into the future? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula One.